So this will be the biggest chunk of time that we're asking for and encouraging you to take. This is also as our team joined us and went through this movement themselves. This has been the piece, like they hit walls over and over. And it's so beautiful what it brings up.
It makes sense that they're hitting walls, or that it is hitting walls, because it is probably the most effective and the most impactful piece of this entire process.
This piece for me was something that I have been called to over and over and over, and it was a soul yes for me, but to actually commit to doing it consistent, I bucked and I resisted and I fought that so much. And so when I came to Shelby, I'm like, okay, we've got this thing going on and we have to do this and we have to implement it, and I want to live this and commit to it like on a daily basis. The longest I've ever done this is 10 days, like in a row.
Yeah.
So this is the meditation piece. And there are so many incredible studies done about meditation.
This is something that is an age-old practice. It's not something new. It's in the scriptures. It's in the history books. Leaders have implemented this in their whole societies. They have their people doing this on a regular basis. It is a piece that our society has looked down upon, or our news stories are that we don't have time for this, or it's a woo-woo thing. And we are here to invite you to change that story around it and actually create a belief that it is one of the most important pieces to add to your day.
So Shelby and I went to a retreat down on the beaches of California for 4 days, and over and over and over we were invited to meditate and to do breath work and to go inside. And at first I'm like, I want you to just teach me something. Like, I don't want to meditate anymore. I don't want to go inside anymore. I
don't want to sit still anymore.
With my notebook and my pen, you know.
Do we have to sit still? Sit still for an hour?
What?
Wiggle,
wiggle, right? And also, I was in a parenting class, and the teacher he's a therapist. And he invited us all. He's like, I'm going to give you guys the rock challenge, which is something that he uses with his clients. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And he says, go out and sit on a rock for 4 hours and be with yourself. And when he said that, I'm like, piece of cake, 4 hours being by myself. Like, I'm so entertaining. I'm going to have so much fun. This is going to be awesome.
In the same spot for 4 hours.
Then the rules came. You can't write, and you can't sing, and you can't read a book, and you can't sleep. You can't, like, all these other things. Like, what am I supposed to do? And that's the whole assignment, is there's nothing to do. The Alitura movement is all about the being. And so the meditation piece is one of the biggest pieces, as far as, like, in my experience, sitting with myself, being still. That absolutely encourages the being part, where we get so caught up as human beings right now in the doing, and I've got to do this, and I've got lists and check marks, and I have to just go. Like, what if there was nothing to do? What if all of the answers are lying inside you, waiting for you to take time to be?
I totally get the list thing. This is how I was taught. I was raised. As many things as I have on my list at the end of the day, that's how important I felt I was. That's how I felt value, is because I had my list. And I would feel that feeling of overwhelm. I'm sure many people can relate to that. The stress and the anxiety and the overwhelm that come from that list and wanting to get everything done on the list. We have found through being and meditating, that list becomes fine-tuned. No longer are we doing the good and the better and the best and trying to fit all of that into our world. When we choose to be, and we choose to meditate and get in tune with our hearts and with our higher power, those doings are fine-tuned. They're filtered to get to the place where they're the best ones for whatever purpose you're serving in the world, whatever your passion is. It's fine-tuned. So the doings all of a sudden shrink down to this, and they're potent doings.
So on my birthday this year, I watched actually, we're going to put this in here. Kyle Cease talked about meditation, and he started this movement, right, where his life was like up and down and crazy. Relationship was crazy. He was a comedian, and you'll hear his story. He committed to meditating for 100 days straight, and
For 2 hours.
for 2 hours,
2 hours
a
a day.
We're like, what? Oh my gosh.
2.
So I'm like, okay, I know what I want for my birthday. I want everybody to join me in meditating and just getting in that being space. And anyone who wants to give me something for my birthday, like, that's what I want. I want to have all of my loved ones, family, friends, anyone, like, to join me in being conscious and being with their own heart. Because that's how we're going to change the world, is by being right here. And so that started our wheels turning. And I'm like, whoa, Shelbs, that was so amazing. And then I dropped up. And then I'm like, oh, I don't have time. I can't commit.
Cam, a whole hour a day,
Yeah.
every day, for a whole hour? I have a to-do list over here. How's that going to fit in? Like, that's a whole hour of my day. That's a big chunk of the day. We talked earlier in our intro video about dedicating a portion of our day to ourselves. We deserve that, and we're worth it. A simple hour, and then we add a little bit on the other side for some of the other things on the list to improve our well-being. That's a small portion of your day dedicated to you. And, again, the ripple effect. You drop that pebble here, it moves out into all of the areas in your world that you are feeling stressed and anxiety about.
Okay, so this hour is totally about you being with you. And so the meditation, my way of being a lot in the past has been like, oh, I have to just do it just right. Like, how do I meditate just right? How do I make sure that I do this and this and this? And a lot of our team, as they've been going through it, they're like, oh, wait, am I doing it?
How do you do meditation?
Is this okay? Is this okay? Here's the deal. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no doing involved. You be with you. And that can look like a guided meditation. There's tons of guided meditation all over the YouTube.
If you'll check our files, we have a list of suggestions where you can find some.
Yes, you've got meditation where it's just sounds or someone's voice is guiding your thoughts. That there's meditation where you just sit up in bed and you start your timer for an hour.
In silence.
And you just be. There's for me, like, I love to have soft music, not with words to guide my thoughts necessarily, but to have that gentle, soft music, and then sit up. And I, like, for me, when I lay down, I found that I was falling asleep. And at first I'm like, oh, I did it wrong. I fell asleep. I'm like, wait. That must be what my body needed. And next time I'm going to sit up, because I really want to be conscious. I've done in the past, an entire year's worth of meditation where it was guided, and I just feel like I fall asleep where the meditation is working, like, in my ears and doing different sounds with working with my subconscious. This meditation, I want to be conscious. I want to be here, and that's me. You get to play around with all different ways of meditating and figure out what fits you.
Every meditation will show up differently for you. For me, I will notice my body in one of them, and another time I'll notice what's going on outside of me. Another time I'll notice the rhythm of the music, and then I'll notice that my heartbeat's beating at the same time as the music, and that I'm one with the music. There's so many different ways that a meditation can go, and it's perfect for you. Your meditation is just right for you. And each time, you'll learn something new that you might want to add to tomorrow's meditation or take away from tomorrow's meditation. And by the end of the 30 days, you will have what's right for you.
Okay, so some people are like, oh man, like, I made it 15 minutes and I just couldn't do it anymore and I just want to give up. Like, congratulations, you made it 15 minutes. Commit to tomorrow to making it 20. Like, make this work for you.
Build your meditation muscle.
Right? And we get that this is not like the normal way of being. Just being with yourself and silence and living in that space and creating it. A lot of people came to me and they're like, I went through that meditation thing and I just got angry. It didn't calm me down at all. Perfect. Like, that's in your heart, and your heart wants to be listened to. So as you're having the different experiences come up, on our Facebook group. That's what we're here to support you. As you're facing you, we ask you to, first of all, do the meditation for 1 hour every single day.
Every day.
Second of all, add the breath work. So we want you to do slow, deep breaths. And we have another tutorial about why the breath work is so important. So meditating for 1 hour, being with you, add the breath work. Those two pieces are what we are encouraging you to implement. Everything else, play around with. See what works for you. Ask us questions. And we'll have our live Facebook where you can come on with us and be like, this is something that's coming up for me. This is what's working. The third piece that we encourage you to do is whatever arises, to love that. Shelby and I have been mentoring and for quite a while. And as we work with people to get into this meditation, a lot of times, like even just this morning, one of our mentees, she's like, oh, all this anxiety and nervousness came up, and so I don't even want to do the breath work. I don't want to go into a meditation. And we'll encourage you to lean into that.
Be an observer of it. You don't need to judge it. Like we have a natural tendency to want to judge what's coming up. Oh, this is bad. I shouldn't be feeling this. This feels. Just pay attention. Just be an observer as if you're watching a movie. Oh, okay. This is some shame coming up. I see that shame and breathe with it. Allow that to flow. That's part of the purpose of meditation, is to allow things to just flow. It is a flowing movement, meditation is, because of the breath. That's how it's created. And you will be the observer of your feelings, of your thoughts, of things around you. This is the beauty of meditation. If we want to change the world, we change right here. And if we want to change as a collective, if we can all tap into that heart of ours, it's quite knowledgeable, very wise. And that is the place of answers for her. Right here is her answers. Right here is my answers. Out here is their answers. You want to know how to be and do tomorrow? You meditate and ask, and you be with you. This is the key for the entire shift of the planet, is to learn how to be with us first. We work so hard out here to be with this person and this person in this relationship and at work, and we forget there's this, and this is where it starts. And this relationship here is the only one we're guaranteed to have for the rest of our life on this planet. So why not have it be a very close-knit relationship, one that you listen to and tap into every day and have a conversation with?
Okay, so here we go. The commitment starts. 1 hour of meditation every day. Time to be with you in a space of love.
It is possible. We wish you well.